Hello, good afternoon. You have to unmute your microphone.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Perfect. You were frozen for a couple of seconds. I don't know what it was. It's fine. You're audible now. Is everything clear on my end?
Yes. What did you say? Sorry?
Is everything clear on my end?
Yes.
You're able to hear me? Everything is clear?
Yeah.
Perfect. How are you? How have you been? This is my second session with you, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you are
Right? How have
right.
you been? How's life treating you lately?
I am being fantastic.
Fantastic. Amazing. That's good. And anything planned for today? It's a Sunday. Anything exciting that you've planned?
Plan for today is I have to cook my cheat meal today
Cheat
in the
meal, what did
evening.
you have?
Yeah. Chole.
Oh, your favorite, huh? A lot of
Yeah.
carbs. So, what do you usually have for your cheat meals?
Aloo paratha,
Perfect.
kadai paneer, and yeah. This
So, you
usually
usually,
earlier I used to eat eggs, but now I have quit that. But now aloo paratha, paneer, chole, these all I make.
lot of carbs.
Yeah.
Carbs make us happy, don't they?
Yeah. Sunday
That's
weekend
nice
is
of
my
you.
carbs day.
I'm sorry.
Weekend is my carbs day.
Makes sense. We all need that little bit of cheating meals, right? For me, every day is carbs day. I don't really care. I eat anything I want. That's nice. That's nice. So it's only this Indian food that you prefer to eat. No other cuisines that you like to try out.
I don't know how to make it apart from that. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. So you cook all by yourself.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Do you enjoy cooking or do you just do it because you have no choice?
I do enjoy when I cook my favorite food. That time I enjoy. Otherwise, regular food, I what if I what I say enjoy or not? But I don't know. I must cook. Everybody should must do their own work.
Okay,
Right.
if you speak about that, yes, everyone has to do their own work. But for me, cooking is something I enjoy a lot. Cooking is my stress buster. So cooking is
Oh,
something I do deliberately, even though I don't have to cook. So I thought you enjoyed cooking. So you do it
yeah.
because you have to cook.
Yes,
Fair enough,
yes.
definitely. So have you gone through your session document for the day?
Yeah, it's like game. Which game do you?
Football versus cricket. Actually, I don't know much about either of the sports. I'm not a big fan of sports, especially watching sports, football and cricket. So, are you someone who enjoys watching either football or cricket?
I used to. I
You
used
used
to.
to,
Yeah,
not
and
much
even
anymore.
today, when this major game is going on between India Pakistan and any final match, semi-final match, then I enjoy. Otherwise, I don't.
Anything apart from cricket and football that you watch?
Nothing.
Nothing,
I
only
watch.
cricket and football.
I watch podcast. That's it.
But yeah, you told me about that the last time we spoke. I remember. Okay,
Mhm.
before we get into this session, I want you to tell me your take on these particular topics. Okay. So, do you think social media is making us more antisocial? Tell me your take about this.
It's true, right?
Is this true? Why
Yeah,
do you think it's true?
it is not anti-social. It's anti-relationship. We can say,
Okay.
right?
Well, you frozen?
Sorry, right?
Yeah, you're there. Yeah, you're frozen again. Yeah.
It's keeping relationship away from each other, from closed one, right?
Yes.
Because people are looking for more entertainment, more amusement in electronic device,
Right. Definitely, you're right.
right?
But
And that is why people are this day earlier 10 years back people used to say, oh, I'm bored, I do not have any work. But did they even, I will give you a cell phone, I don't know if, I don't know about you, but I will give a person a cell phone and access of Wi-Fi. He will never say that I'm bored of my life.
Deepak,
say,
your
oh,
network,
I'm
there's a lot of
enjoying it.
fluctuation in your network. There's a lot of fluctuation in the network.
Yeah, yeah.
You're telling me if you give access to a person and give a cell phone to another person, they would never claim to be bored.
Yes, yes, yes.
Totally agreed. So, what do you think? What are the measures that you think we can take towards this? How to make a person more social? Your video's frozen again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Yes. I don't know why
Okay.
all of a sudden you're frozen.
I don't know.
I've been taking sessions until now. There seems to have been no issue. So I think it is
Okay.
yours.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear
Is it
me?
okay? Yeah, is it okay now?
Yeah, it is better.
Okay.
It's much better, much better.
So,
So
these days people are used to addicted to cell phone,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
social media, and
Right.
it's not, yeah, and they are addicted to not past few weeks, past few
Mm-hmm.
months, maybe for decades, right? For
Right,
years.
definitely. It's been happening for a while,
Yeah.
especially with the launch of 4G, 5G. It's been happening a lot.
Yes. 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 So it's
Correct.
not an easy task. You have to break this habit, right? So in order to take, in order to make this break this habit, you have to program yourself, your mind.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Reprogram your mind, because you have been doing this bad habit for the last few years, and
Correct.
if you want to quit that, break this habit, you
Mm-hmm.
have to reprogram. You have to surround yourself with good content, and the
Correct.
content in which you are interested in, the
Correct.
content that stimulate your motivation, that boost your you know uh, uh, energy, so that
Right.
your community, for your friends.
Correct.
And if you are not interested 100% and 100 plus 1% into that good knowledge, that
Mm-hmm.
good environment, then you, it's very arduous to break that habit.
Right. Definitely. But
Right.
how do you think this issue could be resolved? Especially when you talk about teenagers or youngsters these days. There's so much stuck on their phones. It's also because most of the material we get, right? It's on social media. It's some of the other social media. You have to be updated these days. So don't you think at the end of the day it's inevitable opening social media?
For past few sessions, I'm talking to the same topic, and I'm love talking about this, but
Okay, I'm
let
sorry. I'm sorry. I had no
no
idea about
problem.
that.
That's okay. That's okay. That's a major and great problem. This is going on in our, community, in our family, in our locality. That's everybody. Every family has a person who is addicted to this kinds of things, and we must talk about this,
Right.
right?
No, actually, this is one of the topics that I got to speak. No, it was there in your session document that I got. So I thought you hadn't spoken about it. I
That's
don't know
okay.
why the topics came up previously in your
That,
sessions, but
that's no.
in your session document, it's there.
Yeah, I understood
Okay.
that. I understood.
Okay.
So
Right. Then we
so.
can start.
Mhm. So what happened since childhood? Our whatever you are watching in
Mm-hmm.
your home is your first school. Your
Right.
parents, okay, are your first teacher, and
Yes.
the way he will program your mind, the way you will function your rest of the life,
Correct.
right?
So,
If
so you're
that
telling that parents should take some action. Is that what you're trying to say? So yes, so are you telling the parents are partly responsible for the situation because they're exposing the kids to gadgets very early?
so yes. So what happened? This day, what we do, we have with our kids. We ask our children, don't use phone, don't watch TV. On the other hand, we are doing the same things.
Correct, correct. You have to be the role model.
We ask our children, just pick up the book and read, study, and you are watching TV. So
Correct.
what you think? I'm a stupid. He watching TV and asking me to read, and he's watching TV, entertaining.
Correct. So you have
Right.
to do the thing before you tell someone, right? So you have to be the role model. So the parents have to be the role models.
Yeah,
Absolutely right.
your kids follow your footsteps. The way you talk, the way you behave with him, the way you treat people. He watch every time. Right? What are you doing throughout the day? If you are not correcting your behavior, how can you expect that your children will correct that?
Correct. Definitely. You're right. Right. So yes, keeping that aside, let's move ahead into our topic, right? Which was sports. So you told me you prefer watching cricket and football over any other sport. What about playing? Which sports do you like playing?
I used to play cricket.
Cricket. Not a lot of football.
No.
Did anyone play football back then?
Football is more amusement than cricket, I think. Now I have understood, because that's a game of 90 seconds, and in entire 19 seconds you will get amusement while watching football. But in cricket, for 1 minute, for 10 minutes or 1 hour, you may feel bored, right?
Correct.
So
you think the time constraint makes it more exciting, not amusement, exciting. Let's say it makes it more exciting, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So if you had the choice to watch one of these two sports, cricket or football, which one would you choose? One of them if you had to choose.
I think I don't know. I don't have knowledge much about football, but I 1 month back I used to play football in my with my team. Okay.
You have a football team?
With my team, fitness team. We had we had a plan that on every Saturday we will play football.
Okay.
I felt it interesting. I played when football.
I felt excited, not interesting. I felt excited about it.
Excited, and I felt it's more exciting than cricket.
Correct. You found it more exciting than cricket. What about it did you find more exciting? There must be something that might have made you feel it is more exciting. What about it?
Continuously you are moving, continuously you are running behind the ball, and you are passing here, there, and you are moving. So that makes more exciting or something.
Right. So it involves you being more agile every second of the time.
Yes, every second.
More agile. That is something we could say. And what are there any similarities between cricket and football? You've played both of the sports, right? Do you see any similarities?
Similarities? I don't think.
You don't think so? Okay.
Right.
And correct. So in cricket in India is like a very popular sport. Everyone watches cricket. Everyone loves cricket. So do you think in the future, in the near future, cricket is going to be a sport that's well known around the world? There are a couple of countries that don't really involve in cricket. Do you think with time in the near future, it'll be well known?
Cricket?
Yes.
I don't think so. It cannot beat football, because football.
It cannot beat football. Why not? Why do you think so?
Because football is ruling the game. If you watch I don't know you have watched the last football game or World Cup or not, but football is more famous than cricket. In football, 72 or 86, I think, country plays in football.
Okay, yeah. That makes more sense. Even the number of countries involved is a lot more.
Yes. And football is for 90 seconds, 90 minutes. But if you talk about cricket, if I talk about 2020, it's also take 3 hours. So people don't have time to spend 3 hours, on that. And football
I think it's
is for
only in
90
India
seconds.
that people die for cricket, right?
Yes.
Do you have any friends who are big fan of cricket?
Yeah, I have many friends. I was also very crazy about cricket when under my teenager, when I was early 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was big fan. Even I used to not miss a single match. If unfortunately I missed, I felt like, oh, I have missed. I was cursing myself, my day. Yeah.
So you made sure you watched that later, maybe. Now we have a lot of platforms where you could always go back and watch, like Hotstar, right? Now it's not at
Yeah.
all an issue. How was
Yeah.
it back then? What was the platform that you guys were watching cricket on?
That time I was watching a black and white TV.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay,
And
interesting.
you
I don't
can't
even think
imagine, you can't
I don't.
imagine how much I was struggle to watch cricket. Uh, I don't know you are aware or not. If I talk about before 2010, I am from rural background, and in my hometown there was no electricity. So we used to run, operate our TV on a battery. Have you seen battery
Yes, yes.
that we use in what, in water? Those kinds of battery. Yeah. I used to go to 5 kilo or 6 kilometer away from my hometown on excursion sunlight on a cycle to break that battery, right? In escrow. And I used to bring that battery before half an hour before the match starts, and then we used to plug in and we used to watch. And next day we used to send that battery to the same place, right?
A lot of effort.
Lot of effort. Yes, yes. And unfortunately, that battery, I'm unable to get that battery. Then I used to go to another 5 years, 5 kilometer away. If I'm unable to get still another different places, right?
Oh wow, oh wow. A lot of effort. So you were
A
definitely
lot of
enthusiastic
effort.
about cricket.
Yes.
Your effort is telling that you're so enthusiastic about cricket. Definitely.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Who are your favorite players talking about cricket? Who are your
Because
favorite?
I lost interest because I lost my favorite team, which were before 2011. The team
Which
was
ones?
Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Saurav Ganguly, Swendra Sehwag, Yuvraj Singh, Mohammad Kaif, Zahir Khan, Harbhajan Singh. These were even
The
my
classics.
I can see my goosebumps when I taking it those players' name.
They
Right.
definitely were the classics. But yeah,
Yeah.
time comes even they have to move on.
And the day on which Sachin Tendulkar got retired, and I saw his welfare, I cried a lot that day
Oh,
on
okay.
2013 last match when
That
he
is that is sad. That
gave
is
his
definitely
speeches
sad.
and
Yeah,
did
I
all
think
things.
when Sachin Tendulkar retired, everyone was sad. It was like a
Yeah,
collective group being sad at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was.
that was there. I still remember that time.
Hmm.
Right. What about football? Okay, maybe let's talk about cricket itself. Whom do you like now? Maybe not as much as Sachin Tendulkar or Rahul Dravid, but talking about cricket players these days, whom do you like the most?
Sorry, I didn't catch you. Second, please.
So I know there's no Sachin Tendulkar or Rahul Dravid, sorry. Whom do you like the ones these days?
These days, who do I like? Mm, mm. I'm not that much fan of these days.
Not a
I
big fan. Not that you don't say not that much fan. Not a
I'm
big
not a
fan.
big fan. No, I'm
Not
not
a
a big.
big fan.
I love
Right.
everybody. I don't love everybody.
It's a
When
love
the-
and hate relationship that you've got no opinions.
yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
What about football?
Football. I'm fan of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes,
I
yes.
think he's like a wonderful person in general. I think as a human being, as a father, and as a football player, right?
But he's
What
arrogant than Messi. He's more arrogant than Messi. Messi is like a Sachin Tendulkar. Messi is like a Sachin Tendulkar, and Ronaldo is like a Virat Kohli.
okay. So Virat Kohli, you're saying is rebellious.
He's more aggressive and this all.
Do you think it's a good thing to be that little aggressive?
Yeah. No, Sachin was never aggressive on ground.
Never.
Dhoni was
Okay,
never
you're talking about
aggressive.
okay on ground while playing.
So I being calm, being calm minded, that is more beautiful than I think aggressive.
Correct.
Obviously, there is a no value of being aggressive. There is a no value of being calm. But I love being calm more.
Correct. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. So, what are the three things that you felt you learned from Sachin Tendulkar? Because you seem to be a big fan of him. So, what do you think you learned from him? Any three things that you've learned from him?
Wonderful questions. Wonderful question. I have learned from him a lot how to ignore criticism.
What ignorance? Yes.
I mentioned be calm and be calm and what be idle rather than
Idol?
being idle.
You mean
Be
IDOL, that idol, or
yeah
IDLE, that idol?
idle ideally I don't know how to pronounce it.
Idol. Okay, so you mean you want to be an inspiration to many? That's what you are
Inspiration.
telling me, right? You want to be an inspiration to many.
Yes.
You want to be a role model rather than saying idol. Let's say you want to be a
Be
role model to many.
role model. Yeah. And never cheat.
Never
Never
cheat.
cheat. Never cheat. And if someone is betraying you,
If someone betrays you,
betrays you, accept that because Sachin have got out. Even he was not out. And when Empire used to raise his finger, he used to walk away off the ground. Even he thought I'm not out, still he used to walk.
So he never went and argued.
Right? Yeah, he never went.
But do you think it's always good to not take your stance on something, right?
No.
Maybe you're being cheated, but don't you think you have to stand up for yourself in that situation?
When that is needed, you must stand. When that is not, then don't waste your energy and time.
Right. So there's no use in wasting
energy. When you have to take a stand and when you don't.
Correct. So you're telling me he knew when to do that and when not to do that.
Yes. When Sachin Tendulkar used to ball and the batsman used to out, right? On his Sachin Tendulkar ball, get out. Yeah, batsman used to get out. So obviously, Sachin Tendulkar used to ask, that batsman is out. Just watch replay, see it. So you have to figure it out. You have to identify the circumstances when you have to take a step against that, and when you don't have.
Yes, when you want to take a stand against it.
Yes.
You want to take a stand against it. So we have like a couple of more minutes left. So one thing I'll tell you is you have to slow down. You're speaking very fast, right? You're speaking very fast. So slow down first. Be more calm. I know you are calm as a person, but while speaking, you're getting so excited. You're speaking very fast. You're trying to complete your sentence, right? So that I want you to slow down. So as a tutor as well, what I feel is it is kind of hard for me to catch a couple of words you're trying to say. I'm not able to correct you everywhere, right? If you slow down, it's going to help you. As a tutor, it's going to help us correct you more. So slow it down more. So if you're speaking fast, I'm not able to catch where you're going wrong. There are probably more mistakes where I'm not able to point out. So first thing, slow it down. So when you slow down, you'll also have more time to think about what you want to say next. Correct? Think about it. Okay. Slow it down, more time to think about what you want to say next, right? That you could do. I think the last time we met, I told you to speak in front of the mirror, right? Repeat about the same topic over and over again. I remember telling that, right? Did you try doing that?
I not try in front of the mirror, but I tried to repeat the words that I unable to pronounce correctly.
Unable to pronounce. I wouldn't really.
I'm doing well. I still try when I'm in bathroom.
No, it's still okay. You're still trying to figure out. That's totally fine. That's totally great. In fact, now one more activity I will give you is probably writing newspaper articles. You could try doing that. Okay. So what you could do is choose a small article. 10 to 15 lines is more than enough. It could be about sports, actors, actresses, or movies, anything you like. Anything you like. Choose a 10 to 15 line article, right? Read it twice or thrice. After you read it twice or thrice, take another piece of paper, write it down in your own words. Try to write it down in your own words. So I feel writing or speaking has more effect than reading. So write it. After you write it down in your own words, try to compare the newspaper article you have and whatever you've written, right? So you can find alternative ways of saying the same thing. You might have been right. Whatever you said or whatever you wrote might not be wrong, but try and compare it. So you'll find alternative ways, better ways of saying the same thing, or other words as well. You can also start expanding your vocabulary doing that, because newspaper English is basic English. So try doing that at the same time, right? And slow down. So one more thing, see, you're telling me you can go ahead and rewatch your videos, right? So you can look at yourself. You're speaking so fast. Slow down. You can assess yourself. You can assess yourself. So try and speak slowly. That is another issue that I face myself. I also tend to speak very fast. So you lose the clarity while speaking fast, right? So you'll, even though you are calm and composed, you will sound like you're calm and composed, right? That is more important. So slow down, try doing these two new things. Apart from that, you did a pretty good job. Okay. That is all I would like to tell you. Any queries you have? Any queries on your end?
Right now, no, I don't. Sorry.
Right now? Yes. And one more thing, while you're speaking or while you're recording a video of yourself speak, if you have any doubt, make sure you make a note of it and ask the next tutor about it, right? Get your doubts clarified, right? Make sure you do that. I mean, I think that's how the improvement happens, right? It doesn't happen just like that, just speaking with us. Unless you get your doubts clarified, it's not going to happen. So anywhere you feel this sentence doesn't make sense, make a note of that sentence and ask your next tutor. Even if that happens, put it on Google, you'll get it immediately. Lot of resources out there. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, your tenses also seem to be fine. So I don't see any particular issue that I'd like to point out at. So apart from that, you did a pretty good job. Yeah. Do you plan on having your lunch soon?
Yeah, I have to make it, then I have.
Oh, you have to make your lunch now, 2 p.m. Isn't that late?
Yeah, but I don't.